restoring some of the former biodiversity or preserving the biodiversity that is there and helping in connectivity of those fragmented landscapes. So that's from the physical point of view. Again, the challenges are huge because we're talking about rural environments, urban environments as well. And just because this is my chance to say something, because the other panelists have the privilege of having a total of 15 minutes each, I don't. But I have to say that Brazil has a unique opportunity. In 2018 is the UFRO World Congress happening in Curitiba in Brazil. So that's a great opportunity for us to continue from Yale, from our school, I'm sure, from the Forestry and Environmental Studies School of Forestry and Environmental Studies. There are many people who will be going, and it's happening in, it's called, imagine the title of the conference. It's the World Congress 2019. It's from the 29th of September to the 5th of October. And the title is Interconnecting Forest, Science, and People. That's what they try to do. And they dedicate to forest research and cooperation for sustainable development. So I encourage you to check it out. It's very, very simple. UFRO is International Union of Forest Research Organizations, for those of you who are not in the forestry field. And the website is UFRO, iufro.org. So check it out, and maybe we'll all see each other in Curitiba. A real nice location of Atlantic rainforest. All right, so I started right off, and I didn't say who I am, because I always think everyone knows me, but maybe that's not the case. So my name is Florencia Montagnini. I'm originally from Argentina. I came to Yale in 1989 as a professor of tropical ecology, and then I had different titles. I'm now a senior research scientist at the School of Forestry and Environmental Studies. And my work has happened all over Latin America, including my home country of Argentina in the subtropical region of Misiones, which is part of what's called the interior Atlantic rainforest. And in Brazil, I have worked a lot, and I'm still working in Brazil in regions of Atlantic forest, doing restoration with native tree species. My work has always been restoration and agroforestry. All right, so now I'm going to introduce our three panelists. It will be such a pleasure to throw the to the other people. So starting on my right is Suzanne Oakdale. She's an associate professor of anthropology, ethnology at the University of New Mexico. She started there in 1998. She offers several undergraduate and graduate level courses for Latin American studies students, topics such as ritual activity and its contemporary significance, theory in ethnology, identity construction in contemporary multicultural Brazil, highland and lowland peoples of South America, other peoples as well. She specializes in Brazil with research focused on Amazonian indigenous peoples. Okay, Yang Aun Lee, she's an assistant professor of Earth, Environmental and Planetary Sciences in Brown University. She studied Earth Science Education and Chemistry at Seoul National University in South Korea. She also received her master's from Seoul National University, and her graduate studies were at the University of California at Berkeley, focusing on the interpretation of Antarctic temperatures during the glacial time using stable isotope signatures and climate modeling. She also worked at the University of Chicago and NASA, long trajectory, even though she's so young. And Dr. Beth Loisel, she's a professor of wildlife ecology and conservation, and she directs the Center for Tropical Conservation and Development program, which is part of the Center for Latin American Studies at the University of Florida. She's been there in Florida since 2011. She has been at the National Science Foundation. She has held other positions. Her research focuses on understanding the importance of biodiversity in tropical systems, the ecological role of animals as seed dispersers, the potential consequences of global change on distribution of plants and animals, evolutionary ecology of lake mating systems in birds, and much of her research has been conducted in Ecuadorian Amazon, but other sites for her research have been or are still the Atlantic forests of Brazil, the Andes of Colombia, and tropical wet forests of Australia. All right, so you can see that we have a very diverse panel, but that's exactly what we need if we want to answer our questions. Because, as I said at the beginning, there are all these kinds of social interactions, cultural interactions, economic factors that have something to do with land use changes and transformations in the landscape. So we need a panel such as what we have. So I'm going to ask Beth Loisel to present first, and then we'll go there to watch, and then we'll continue.
Thank you very much, Florencia, for that very nice introduction. See if I can